I'm going to do a brief overview of what's happened with these properties, because now I'm at the point of looking at potential disposition, selling them, keeping them, what's the right path forward for me. So this is A-1 mini storage. These were two deals that I bought together about 18 months ago. These took me 18 months to close from when I joined the storage rebellion. So when we get into the part about limiting beliefs, there was definitely some mental battles that I went through during that phase. And I know some people just come out of the gates and kill it, and they get 5 facilities in their first year. Others, like me and Brent, we have to take the slow road, and it takes us a little while, but we come out strong in the end. With these two properties, Mount Pleasant is a home of Central Michigan University. It's a D1 school, so there's a little bit of turnover with the student rentals. Wademan is only about 12 miles away. It's a very different demographic, very rural, not a lot around, but not much competition. Mount Pleasant I purchased for $575,000. It's 24,000 square feet, 212 units. The supply at the time in my early stages, at 9.4 square feet per person, kind of scared me a little bit. And since then, I'm not scared of it anymore. But stuff like that, like in the beginning, that can really mess with your mind, and people with my personality types could hinder you from moving forward. 73% occupied, so I wouldn't say it was, it wasn't needing a lot of improvement, but definitely some. It's on 6 acres. Wademan was $450K, 15,000 square feet, 89 units. Better supply there, even though there's less people. There was just really not much competition, so I really like the demographic there, being rural and less competition. It was also a brand new facility, which was nice. It was still in lease up, had been built about a year before I purchased it. It was about 55% full when when I first contacted the guy, and I think when we closed it was 70% full, so it was moving in the right direction. That one's also 6 acres, so I got a lot of room to expand at both of these locations. This is Mount Pleasant. It's a pretty nice looking facility. Not quite as nice as it looks in these pictures, but there wasn't really any CapEx to do. A lot of dinged up metal, some new doors, lots of springs. A couple of the buildings have shingle roofs or kind of on their last leg, and I've got drywall interiors with some mildew issues, stuff like that. So it's not the most beautiful property, but certainly didn't need much. I think the only CapEx project I've done here is a camera system that I just put in a month ago after a bunch of break-ins. Wademan was, again, a beautiful facility, brand new, not really anything to complain about there. You'll notice both of these properties are not fenced or gated, and I've been able to do that fairly easily. Some of that depends on area, it's not like a high crime area or anything, but for me, paying, I think I got quotes at like 70, 80K to do both of these properties, and that was without some of the access control. So for me, it just didn't make sense when it was already going well to make that investment. If anyone wants to talk to me about managing without fences or gates, I'd be happy to chat with you. I know there's a lot of collections advantages with having that, but it's gone pretty well for me so far. So I'm going to try to keep this quick. Then versus now, like I said, when I purchased them, combined occupancy, and all these numbers are combined between the two just to make it easier. It was one loan. 74% when I closed. Monthly income was just under 14K. My projected first year NOI was 107K. That was based on basically a slow ramp up from the 74% up to 90%. Figured it would take me maybe a year, 18 months just to fill it up, and then I'd start to raise rents and do that slow build. Purchase price was $1,025,000 between the two of them, that $575 and $450 put together. Now I'm at 86%. If this talk was 6 weeks ago, I would have been at 98%, but with the college rentals, a lot of them move in April, move out in August, September, so I just had a dip from 98 to 86. But the good news with that is my income is still much higher than when I purchased. What is that, 80% up from when I purchased. So that was the real value add here, was just getting that income up, a little bit of occupancy, but mostly rates. My first year cash flow was $102,000 on these properties. which was almost as much as my NOI was projected to be, not including debt service. And I was pretty highly leveraged on these deals. Purchase price was $1,025,000. I got a loan for $1 million. So it was a SBA 7A 90% LTV, plus I rolled in some working capital. So I had a fairly large debt payment that I was planning on cutting into cash flow, but cash flow is 102. This year is going to be probably 115 to 120, maybe even more. So obviously blew away my expectations there. Current value for these two is 2.8 to 3 million. It sounds weird saying that now, but you know, it just seems normal now because that's what it is. I've gotten unsolicited offers in the 2.6 to 2.8 range for both of them, and I'm sure if I put it on the market, I could get a little bit more than that. So it's been a super life-changing deal, super blessed, super thankful for Mike, the Storage Rebellion, and all of you who kind of helped me through that process.